Welcome to the first video in this series. As I mentioned in the last one, over these 7 videos, I'll give you a step-by-step blueprint on how to find success in your own endeavors, no matter what that is. Now, when it comes to finding success, the very first thing you'll need is a vision. Funny enough, for so many people I've encountered, this is a component that is lacking. If you feel like you're not making progress in life, or if you feel lost in some way, ask yourself if you truly have a definitive vision for your life. Think of it like this. If you were to go on a journey, it helps to know the destination, right? Otherwise, you're just wandering. Now, it's possible to wander and end up somewhere amazing, but that's rare. You're leaving it up to chance. We need to eliminate chance and luck as a variable for success. Would you rely solely on luck to win first place in the Olympics and decide to never train? Would you just play the lottery and never work or invest if you wanted to be financially free? Would you just hope that your ideal partner or a perfect group of friends just stumble upon you one day? No, of course not. You need decisive action to end up in a favorable position. And the best way to achieve that is with a vision. So consider this the why you need a vision. In this video, we'll cover exactly what a vision is, and I'll go over how to come up with your own. So, what exactly is a vision? A vision is a clear mental idea of where you'd like to be in life. It's a bigger picture of what you want and what that looks like. The vision you have helps give direction to your life. It helps map your decisions and helps you narrow down your values. I recently read Total Recall by Arnold Schwarzenegger, and in the book, he talks about having a vision and how it guided his decision-making to become the 6-time Mr. Olympia champion. There was a point before he became champion where he was offered a position as a personal trainer at a very well-renowned gym. Now, he could have made about $200,000 to $300,000 per year in modern spending power, but he turned down the offer because it didn't align with his vision. He wanted to be a champion, not a personal trainer. So, how can you create a vision for yourself if you don't already have one? Start with what I refer to as the funeral test. Imagine you're walking into a funeral. As you walk down the aisle on the way to the casket, you can see and hear people crying and telling stories about how amazing the person in the casket is. Some people are mourning, others are sharing happy memories. As you get to the front of the altar, you look inside and you see yourself. This is your funeral, and the people mourning and sharing great stories are talking about you. The question is, what are they saying? What great things do they know you for? What happy memories are they sharing about you? See life as if you're a ghost at your own funeral. What would you like to be known for? Reverse engineer that ideal version of yourself. Take note of every aspect of that ideal version of yourself. How would your best version dress? How would they speak? What are his or her habits? Is he or she athletic, slender, energetic and outgoing, calculating and introverted? Think about as many aspects and qualities of your ideal version of yourself as you can. Becoming that person will be a journey. And remember, it's simpler to act your way into a new way of thinking than it is to think your way into a new way of acting. That's a quote from Jerry Sternin, a renowned social psychologist who coined the idea of positive deviance. Positive deviance is exactly what it sounds like. You're deviating from a standard that's not ideal, but in a positive direction. Many times, deviance tends to be viewed negatively, but here, it's about moving forward. I found this idea of positive deviance to be extremely beneficial in my own life. Years ago, I was extremely shy, socially awkward, and would easily get anxious in the majority of my interactions with people. That version of myself wasn't very confident, even though I absolutely wanted to be the bold, confident, extroverted guy. Over time, I began to identify little traits that I wanted to adopt. I decided to mimic people, whether they were fictional or real, that had those qualities that I wanted. I'd literally act just like them. Then over time, I found myself adopting those traits. I no longer needed to act because the act ended up being the habit that just mixed with my default personality. The combination of those two ended up attributing to a new, better version of myself. I didn't realize it at the time, but that was positive deviance in action. Now, like I said, in order to kind of get the benefits of positive deviance, you need to act your way into a new way of thinking. This is not something you can passively just think about and hope to achieve someday. You need to take direct, committed action. So what do you need to do? Take about 30 minutes to 2 hours, based on how extreme you'd like to go, and write a list of the people, whether they're real or fictional, who have the traits or qualities you like. List the qualities you like about that person. Then take anywhere from 1 to 2 weeks in order to embody that trait. Now, I want to make this clear. Take 1 to 2 weeks to embody each trait individually. Don't try to embody all the traits all at once. If it's style, for example, take 1 to 2 weeks to buy new clothing and wear that clothing for 1 to 2 weeks straight and see how that feels. If you're trying to develop a new walk, take 1 to 2 weeks to go walking around in this new style. If you're trying to talk a certain way, take another 1 to 2 weeks to talk in the desired manner. Take 1 to 2 weeks in order to develop every single individual quality or individual trait. Depending on what the trait is, more time may be required. Now, here's a personal example. In college, one of my goals was to view myself as athletic in order to make the habit of training and working out easier. I identified Dwayne Johnson as athletic, and I copied his philosophy of waking up at 5 a.m. in order to train. I focused on waking up early to train until it became a habit. I did this in 2016. It's currently 2025, and I still do this with little effort since it's become a habit over the years. Do your best to embody those traits as much as you can. Wear clothing like your ideal person. Walk like them. Talk like them. Use similar vocabulary to them. Initially, it'll feel inauthentic, but it'll eventually become a part of who you are, and it'll mix into your natural personality. The goal is to reverse engineer the target based on others you've seen achieve the goal or a similar goal. The closer they are to you, your background, demographics, etc., the better. Then, once you've reversed the steps, it's time to focus on prioritizing those goals. So that's it for this video. I just kind of wanted to share that with you, and hopefully you understand exactly what I mean when I talk about the power of vision and clarity. Now, in the next video, we'll dive deeper into prioritization and why it's such a crucial step when it comes to overall success.